Hey everyone, it's Vintage Vinny, and welcome to Thrifting with the Old Curiosity Shop Haul, Part 1. So on the second day of Scott being here back in January, we went up to the Hancock Berkeley Springs area. The very first place that we stopped at was the Loaves and Fishes thrift store, which was on the way to the Hancock Antique Mall, but that closed back in September of last year. So this was on the way to Berkeley Springs to visit the Whistle Stop. So after we check out this stuff here, we're going to look at all the things that I acquired at the Whistle Stop. Some of these items will be available at a live sale, and some of these items are for myself or for our household. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out what I got, shall we? I think all of their dishes and such were like their ceramics and china and all their houseware type items, I think were 50% off that day. I'm very particular about these pieces that I pick up. I think this is a small celery dish. This is German made. It says made in Germany on the bottom. So that's a pretty little dish. That's probably going to be like $8-10, I think, at a sale. So I got that one. This one, I think, is Japanese made. I think this would be great on a kitchen counter or anything. It's just really pretty. Definitely like a 20s, 30s kind of a thing. That one says made in Japan right there, and it's footed. I like the feet on it. And then this one, this is a Bayreuth, a Royal Bayreuth plate. And it says so right here, Royal Bayreuth. And it looks like it came from a place called Proctor's for number 981. It didn't have a price on it. So I got that in the plate stand for, I think, like 75 cents. So that was a steal of a deal. I also did get 2 of these poodle earring holders or jewelry holders. Got those for a really good deal as well. So those will be available also at the sale. I think maybe $8 each on those is what I'm thinking I'm going to ask. This is Carolina Herrera New York Eau de Toilette Natural Spray. This is from 2002. And one sold for $75. Someone else didn't get $59.99 or 50 something, and then somebody else sold this thing for $32. So what I did is I put mine up for $60 with best offer, and we'll see what happens. So that is available in my eBay store if you happen to be interested in that, or if you just collect perfume from the early 2000s, or it's a scent you remember and you can't find anywhere else. I think they still make it, but I know formulas changed too. This was bought on impulse. This is Avon's Night Magic Evening Musk. It is 5 fluid ounces, brand new, never been used. I think this might be a discontinued product by them. I bought this on impulse. I didn't really have a chance to look at it. I just said, you know what, it's cheap. I'll just grab it, and we'll just go from there. I put that up in my store for about $11.99 if you are interested in it. Again, it is brand new. The seal is still on it. Bath & Body Works. We really like that stuff. This is a kitchen lemon candle. I want to say that this was maybe 50 cents a dollar. Originally $10. I know that they run sales all the time. And I do like the kitchen lemon smell. That's one of our favorite scents. So I thought that was a good pickup. Now, I had some of this a while ago. This is Tree Hut Sugar Scrub. If you have never used this stuff, I heard it's very good for just keeping your skin, like, you know, be rids it of dirt and everything. This retails, I think, at Walmart for about $8.98. Or I think about $8.98, $8, $9. And I bought some a while ago, and then I ended up returning it. I didn't use it. It was a buyer's remorse thing, so I decided to just leave it. And then I see it for $2.50 at this thrift store, and I'm like, you know what? For $2.50, even if somebody did use it, I'll I'll try it myself. See, I'm not one of those weird people that gets um like, I don't mind if something has been slightly used as long as it's not like a chapstick or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna buy somebody's used chapstick. That's gross. But this is just something you dip your hand in and you rub it on your face. Like, I'm not. That doesn't weird me out. I know for some people that's different, but it just doesn't do that to me. Like, I'll buy a used lotion if it's cheap enough if I want to try it. So, instead of going to the store and buying it new and then being out a good number, and I'd rather buy it at the thrift. And if I really like it and I know I can still go get it at a retail store, I'll buy it. Because you can get it much cheaper at a thrift store. So that's my 2 cents on things. So this is everything that I picked up at the Loaves and Fishes thrift. Now let's go ahead and check out the stuff I got at the Whistle Stop. So at the Whistle Stop, I want to say I spent maybe $70, $80 on everything that you're going to see. Did get some really good stuff. Some of these items are going to be going to a live sale. Some of these things are for myself. And some of these items are in my eBay store. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out what I got there. So this was really interesting. This is an E pluribus unum piece. Oh, I stuck the sticker right over the information for it. This was made by, and I'm probably going to butcher that name, Modahida. This was designed for the diplomatic reception room for the Department of State. It says, from Chinese export made for the American market from circa 1810. So very familiar. We're all familiar with E pluribus unum. So that was definitely something that just stood out to me. I've never seen anything quite like it. There is an unfortunate small little chippy chip on here, but it's a flea bite. It's not really noticeable. One of these did just sell. Not that, well, it sold a while ago, but it's still sold for $42.24. I have mine listed for $50, hoping to get at least $40 for that. So that was a good pickup. I can't really ever resist picking up old Halloween items when I see them. So I did get 3 cake picks for only $2, which was a great deal. Those will probably end up in my treasure jar / junk jar that I have. This piece is also something that I bought on chance. This is a glass bake mug with a Cocker Spaniel on it. And funny enough, I actually remembered the dog breed. And I think Cocker Spaniels were what Lady and Tramp weren't they, in Lady and the Tramp? And so this is a glass bake mug. It's marked on the bottom, made in USA glass bake with a serial number. It's probably going to be really hard to see. But yeah, so I got that for a really good deal. I looked it up, I think when we were there, and didn't see anything, and I said, you know what, for only $4, I'm going to take it. And I did just do a little bit of research because I was listing stuff, and I didn't see this. So I listed it kind of high. It's up for $100 right now. Does that mean I'm going to get $100 for it? No. It simply just means that if I can't find something online to compare it to, I will usually list it high and take a reasonable offer for it, considering I did only spend $4. That's usually my method of doing things. I know that's probably not what everybody does, but I feel that if you can't find something online, it's best to just shoot high and then take a really good offer on it, especially if somebody collects it. I do not know how rare that mug is or hard to find. I listed it as such just because I couldn't find anything else to go with it or to go by. So that's a method to my madness. You guys know me. I love picking up perfume and cologne and everything that does sell well for me. Better than shampoo, but sometimes you find a really good bargain on some shampoo and such, and you just can't leave it. This is called Gravity Cologne by Cody. This is, I believe, men's, and it's a travel size, and you unscrew this here, and a little stick pops out. And believe it or not, it actually does smell really good. I actually like this stuff. This is a travel size, so it's not going to be worth as much as like a bigger bottle. but I have this listed for $15 if this is a scent that y'all would be interested in. I also found a bottle of Avon Mesmerize. This stuff, you know, if I can get it reasonably priced and it's even only worth like 15 or 20 bucks, I'm perfectly okay with picking it up to sell. I'm all about making sure that my store is filled with good stuff, even if it sits for a while. I don't mind because, you know, the more that you put into your store, it just boosts your I guess your store name into an algorithm, and then people find it and they buy the stuff. So, like I said, I'm not too heavily concerned about some things just sitting for a while until it finds the right buyer. It's no different than if people have a booth anywhere and they want to, sorry, there was a siren going on. And yeah, so if people have a booth, you know, sometimes their items will sit until they run a sale or they just, the right buyer comes. So these are 2 Hoosier jars. I forget who made these, but this is older glass from probably the early 1900s, late 1800s, early 1900s. We actually have a Sellers Hoosier. It's in my inventory room, and my grandparents bought that back in the late 70s when that early Americana style was popular. The Sellers Hoosiers nowadays don't have a lot of value to them, although they're very useful if you want some good kitchen storage, or, I mean, my grandmother used it for storage in her kitchen back in the day. But yeah, anyway, so I got those. I may wait until I get a bunch of those to sell them, because I feel like if I have more of them, they'll sell better. I also grabbed a bottle of this Rare Diamonds perfume by Avon. It is a full bottle. Let me show y'all. And I think this was worth about $20. This is from 2010. But here it is. Full. There are some scents that change, even Avon. Some of their scents change, and they change the formula and whatnot. So I grabbed that, and I think I might be able to get about $20 for that, so quadrupling what I spent. Anytime I can find these guys for a good price, I pick them up. This is a Royal Copley bird figurine. People love to have these in their, you know, for springtime and everything, and there's plenty of them out there that you can collect, and when I get them reasonably, y'all get them reasonably. So I found this piece of glass here, and I really liked the look of it. I just thought it was really neat. I think 2 words were about to come out at the same time there. So this is Beaumont glass. Scott got a piece of it, and it had flowers on it. I don't know. He probably has showed all his stuff that he bought when he was here with me, because he's not as behind in stuff as I am. But yeah, I just thought this was really neat. It's very neat stuff. There we go. Very neat. And I only paid $5 for it. I thought, you know, that would be a cool piece to have. I thought that would be neat for maybe like beachy, because it almost looks like a pearl. You know how a pearl kind of like is shiny and whatnot. So that was neat. This stuff it smells amazing. It's called Waikiki Beach Coconut. It's by Bath & Body Works. At the time, I did not see any of this on the website. So I think this retailed for about $18, so I paid about half of what it would have been in the store. I know that they run 2 sales every year where I think scents for a particular time of year will be marked down like 75% off. And I bought a candle that I really liked the scent, and I was like, you know, having the fragrance mist would be nice too. And I also have, I've got 2 candles. I misplaced one of them. I don't know where that would be at the moment, but got that. They make shampoo and conditioner, which if I gather up some coupons from them, I can try. But it smells really good. And I know that some coconut scents can be kind of like, it leans more towards like something for women. But a lot of the musky stuff that they make for men is just too potent to me. So, and I like a tropical smell. So the coconut stuff appeals to me in that way. And honestly, I think man or woman could wear this. It doesn't matter to me. I like it. But they also made, not to go too much off the rail here, but they made a scent called, it's like Sea Salt Coast. And I'd love to find the fragrance mist in that because that's got a really nice aroma to it too. And I have a little bit of a lotion from them, and I really like that. And I'm just waiting to see if I can find the Sea Salt Coast fragrance mist because I like that too because it's just a nice, light, not overpowering scent, if you know what I mean. So we won't go off the rails with that anymore. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. I'm going to pick the camera up for this one because this is a little bit of a bigger item. This was in a booth here, this very large vase here. I have no idea on era or age. I'm not very knowledgeable in this field here. See, there's no marking on the bottom. But this is one of those giant vases. As you can see, that the gold is really worn on it. But it was just something that was different. I think those are cherry blossoms, Japanese cherry blossoms. So maybe this is a Japanese vase. I have no idea on era or, but it was different enough. And it was only $4.50, y'all. Couldn't really say no to that. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do, what kind of research I'm going to be able to do on that. Likely it's maybe from the 50s or 60s, because that's when they did this gold, right? Like I said, I could be wrong. It was worth picking up to research because it was a really good thrifty price. So I had to take a chance with that. So this next item is really, really cool. It is a Lebeco Japan alligator bank. Very, very cool. Probably 1960s, 70s based on the color. I think he would look great if you did beachy or, you do a little bit of like hippie, boho, he would fit well with all that. So he was definitely something worth picking up. And then I bought this. This was actually the first thing I grabbed. This is Bosley Professional Strength Nourishing Shampoo. I'm looking to get about $20 for this. Like I said, shampoo doesn't sell that fast for me like perfume does. But, like I always say, it's just depends on what someone's looking for and, the right buyer. So I took a bit of a chance on that, hoping to at least quadruple what I spent on it. So that was a good pickup. I also picked up this really cool 1942, I believe, Radio Mirror magazine. And it's got some really cool graphics in it. I guess we can look at it real quick. One of my favorite items in this magazine is this really cool coupon with the microphone on it. I thought that was really awesome. The story of a guy that women go for. Body and Soul with John Garfield, Lily Palmer, and introducing exciting Hazel Brooks. And by the way, this magazine is from 1947, not 1942. Still very, very cool. So in its original box, I did find this really nice vanity set. You've got the hairbrush and the mirror matching with the really nice floral design on it. Plastic. This looks like it's probably from the 1940s or 50s. But it's very nice nonetheless. So that will definitely be something to grab for springtime. And the final item I'd like to share with you all from my trip to the Whistle Stop, my very first trip to the Whistle Stop with the Old Curiosity Shop, is this 1991 Where's Waldo memory game. This is brand new and sealed from 34 years ago. And pre-owned, they were selling for about $28. So I listed mine for $40 with best offer, hoping to get $30. So this is available in my eBay store if you happen to be interested in it. So folks, that concludes my trip to the Whistle Stop. I will be visiting there more frequently this year. And let me know down below in the comments section, what were your favorite items? Again, if you see anything you're interested in purchasing from my eBay store, the link to it is down below in the description box. Otherwise, keep your eyes peeled for my live sale. Not this week because Katie, Vintage and Vinyl, and I are doing our industrial sale. And then the following week, we will return back to my regular Saturday sale. So I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.